What it do, peeps? It's the Beat Chef with Watch the Damn Tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. New subscribers, I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the show. Old subscribers, thank you for helping me continue to push this platform and continue to put out content. Indiana Fever hosting the Liberty today. The return of Kazam! Caitlin Clark returned. Said her name. Said the Great Wizard's name, and Kazam appeared. Looked good. Looked healthy. They gave her breaks. Of course, she was winded at times. 19 days off. First quarter, tight. 26-24. She left with about 6 minutes left in the first quarter. She, by far, is the most entertaining and the best player in the WNBA. When she went at tip-off, I don't watch a lot of WNBA games. I've never seen the crowd stand for the jump ball on tip-off. Never. But they do it when she's on the court. That's what this league misses. That's what this league needed. That's what this league needs. Even though they're going to fight it tooth and nail. They're going to dispel it tooth and nail. That none other. No player elevates the play of the game like Caitlin Clark. She single-handedly makes Aaliyah Boston look like a basketball player. Aaliyah Boston did not have a great game. By no stretch of the imagination. Blew some serious layups in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark comes back in the first quarter. And on a stretch of about 38 seconds, hit 3 of the longest bottom of the net threes you'll ever see. I'm glad I got this game taped because I watched it twice. That's how nice it was. 2 times. It was tied up 24-24 at a point, and she was lighting them threes up. They take a slight lead. New York gets it back. Quarter ends 26-24. But they were going back and forth with threes. Ionescu was hitting threes as well too. And that will get lost in this game. So if Caitlin Clark's not playing and New York's playing anybody else, you're talking about Sabrina Ionescu. That being said, the second quarter starts and Indiana goes on a roll. Stewart picks up her second foul. She pops a long 3 on Stewart. And they're both giggling down the court. It was pretty cool. Second quarter, the refs made an appearance in this quarter. And it really kind of drained the crowd. Sophie Cunningham was going up for a layup. Got hit by Burks. It was a foul. Caitlin pops off to the ref. They tee her up. And you could tell the refs didn't. These refs, we know they're terrible. They're low paid, not full-time employees like the NBA, so they're not making that super money. That's why you saw most of the refs, if you watched Unrivaled, or if you didn't watch Unrivaled, the refs that were in Unrivaled are in the WNBA, and the refs in Unrivaled were terrible, which means the WNBA refs are terrible. That's why I say Unrivaled is like the minor leagues or the developmental league for the NBA. I mean, for the WNBA. Clark is firing up threes. Ended the first half with 25 points, 5 3-pointers. I mean, crazy. The people that missed layups in this game was crazy. In the second quarter, Lexi Hull missed. Caitlin Clark was throwing freaking dimes. She hit Kelsey Mitchell. She hit Howard. She hit Boston twice in the first quarter. But in this second quarter, Lexi Hull, she hit Cunningham. She hit Cunningham on a nice one. That's when Cunningham got fouled. Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, just blowing layups. Take a slight lead at halftime. It's 53-50. Third quarter, New York comes back in that third. It's the sloppy start for the Fever. New York takes the lead 57-53. Going on a nice little run. 17-0. Pushed it out to 70-59. Fever come back. Pushed that lead out to 70-59. Clark hits 2 threes. I mean, just whop whop. I mean, just like serving them up like this was Waffle House. Cloud picks up her 4th foul, and that was huge. That first game they played New York, they started the game pressing Caitlin Clark with Phoebich that 94 feet before Phoebich got into foul trouble, and then Cloud picked her up the rest of the game. But this game, they didn't have Phoebich. Phoebich isn't playing, so they didn't have that 6'4" person to guard her constantly, and it made a difference. Ionescu, the Caitlin Clark effect on her team. Everybody was hitting threes. She was hitting Lexi Hull in transition, 3. Dantas got in the game, 3. Kelsey Mitchell was hitting threes. Ionescu's starting to cook. She makes it a 78-70 game. Liberty take a 9-2 run to end the third quarter. Caitlin Clark ends that quarter with 32 points. 7 3-pointers. Fourth quarter starts. New York starts to climb back in it, and you're thinking, oh shit, here they go. New York and the Liberty are going full steam. They're picking up the pressure on defense. Indiana's kind of struggling on offense. They're giving Caitlin Clark breathers. And Kelsey Mitchell wakes up. Lexi Hull wakes up. They make some plays. Fever go on an 11-0 run. They end the game on a high note. Get the win 102-88. They gave up a lot defensively. They gave up easy baskets in transition. Stephanie White said that as much. The crazy part about this game, they can actually play better than this. That's the scary part. The scary part is that they can play better. Will they get this many threes from Caitlin Clark every game? I don't think so. I think this is one of those games where you needed to watch it because it was magical. Coming off of a layoff like that and playing with that much pressure against the best team in the league. Even, without Jonquel Jones, injury's not an excuse. Liberty's still Liberty. They've won games without her. They've played 3 games without Jonquel Jones, and they've won. So, they're still the best team in the league. And Indiana handed them their first loss. This was huge. If I'm a Fever fan, you gotta be happy because you lost what should have been a win against the Dream, and you beat New York. So you split this week. That's all you could have asked for. Coming into this week, if you got a split, you were happy. You got 2 of them, you were ecstatic. You needed to get a split this week, and they got that split. Damn, Caitlin Clark, the numbers. Natasha Howard didn't have the best of game. Didn't play a lot either. 14 points, 1 of 4, only had 4 points. Aaliyah Boston, 4 of 10. Had a double-double, had 11 and 10. She's just an enigma. She's an enigma. She's just to me, Aaliyah Boston's just an average player. She's an average player. Aaliyah Boston is in my third tier player. She's just a studio. She ain't a penthouse player. She's a studio player. Gonna make a couple All Stars. Gonna get a defensive team nod, but just a core person. Even though she's the first freaking pick in the draft, Aaliyah Boston's game is super elevated when she plays with Clark. Clark can make Aaliyah Boston. You would think Aaliyah Boston was Patrick freaking Ewing when Caitlin Clark's on that court. Kelsey Mitchell, 34, 9 of 21, 22 points. Didn't shoot well from three, only shot 3 of 10. But she hit shots when it counted. And this is the type of player that Kelsey Mitchell is going to have to be consistently for them to stay relevant in this stretch, in this June and going into July. Kelsey Mitchell's going to have to be that 20-point scorer. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because you're not going to get 32 points from Caitlin Clark and shooting the number of threes that she shot. Lexi Hull, by far the best game that Lexi Hull has played this season. Defensively, scrappy. She's going up. Lexi Hull has no fucking fear. She battled with Ryan Howard, and now she's battling with Breanna Stewart. She's battling with two of the best forwards in the damn league, and she held her own. She played a lot of minutes, 34 minutes, 5 of 10, 3 or 4 from 3, which was huge. When she can spot up, her 3-point shooting has elevated this year 14 points, and people still are bugging the hell out of me about fucking Bree Hall. If y'all don't stop asking me about Bree Hall, the reason why Bree Hall is doing modeling and doing shit on Instagram is because Lexi Hull can shoot that damn ball. Lexi Hull sent her ass packing, and that's what you want. You want a shooter on this team. When you got Caitlin Clark, you don't want a liability on the court with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, 11 of 20, 7 of 14, 32 points. Played 31 minutes. Played a lot of minutes, but I'm glad Colson played. I'm glad Colson played. And Colson actually delivered. By far, Sydney Colson's best game in a Fever uniform. And I think, take that back. I know the Ari McDonald signing sent Sydney Colson a message, and damn, it should have. Sweetheart, you gotta effing play, and you gotta facilitate. Had 6 assists, 3 or 4 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3-pointers. Had 10 points. She had an Ari McDonald game. That's what she had. That's what you want. I'm glad she played the minutes she played, because before she'd been only averaging about 5. Glad she played those minutes. Sophie Cunningham, her first game back, 2 of 4, 5 points. 5 points from Damaris Dantas. Brianna Turner and Michaela Timpson, both with they bagel on the stat sheet. DeWanna Bonner didn't play. DeWanna Bonner did not need to play this game. DeWanna Bonner, whatever personal, I don't care. It was nice to not see DeWanna Bonner on that court. Go with what you got. I don't care if you got to throw Timpson out there. Anybody but DeWanna Bonner. But yeah, and DeWanna Bonner wasn't missed. And I don't think anybody's going to be crying about it tomorrow. Fever shot 48% from the field. That was one of the best outputs they've had since they played Chicago. 48 from 3, 17 out of 35 3-pointers. And Caitlin Clark shot 14 of them bad boys. Free throw shooting still terrible, 68%. They're gonna have to fix that free throw shooting. The free throw shooting is going to bite them in the ass at some point. They got killed on the boards. Even for them not having Jonquil Jones, they had 33 rebounds. and they should have had more. They should have had more. The New York Liberty had 34 rebounds without Jonquel Jones. You had Aaliyah Boston and you had Howard. Both of them should have had high double-doubles, and they just didn't. The Fever were lucky that Caitlin Clark had the game she had. She had to have that game in order for them to win, because they still gave up 88 points to a Liberty team without an all-star. And you just can't have. I'm just saying that just looking forward, because it's gonna come back. And I mean, Stephanie White said it, and so I agree with Stephanie White on what she said. But let's look at the schedule going forward for the Fever. Fever got a game at home versus Connecticut on Tuesday. Then another game against Golden State on Thursday. I'm going to be frank with you on that Golden State game. Golden State is a tough out, especially playing in their stadium. And this stretch is where it gets really hectic. June 19th, you're playing Golden State. You're playing a trying to get it together Aces team on the 22nd in Las Vegas. And then on the 24th, you're playing Seattle. So, next week, this week, going into next week is going to be a test. Those 3 road games are going to be a test. Don't be surprised if you get shocked by the Valkyries. The Valkyries are playing well. Their coach is coaching well. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. This wacky world in this league, don't be surprised, because every team that's played the Valkyries, they come out with a dogfight. New York had a dogfight with them. Vegas got their butts whooped by them. So it can happen. But this was an exceptional win. A good win, a nice heavyweight bout with an Eastern Conference opponent in the New York Liberty. Fever fans should be ecstatic. Caitlin Clark looked good. The leg looked good. Hopefully they get more rest in between these games and manage the load on or during this road trip coming up, and try to get out of June. The goal is to get out of June with a 500 or better record. That's all you can ask for, because this schedule it's a load. But let me know your thoughts on the game and what you see ahead. Leave your comments below. Until next time, peace.